the things I do just to try and live stream from the middle of someone else's home. Hopefully we're live. I know the thumbnail is going to be a literal tornado, so that's never a good sign. But hopefully we're live. I'm gonna hope that somebody tunes in. So welcome to the live stream. Seems like we're capping out a bit, so you know what we're gonna do. If you guys ever wondered how you stream in the background, this is from a completely different streaming software. Lord have mercy, I don't even know how to do it myself. So we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go to filters, and we're gonna take down the gain just a little bit. Landon, thank you for tuning in. Is the mic okay? Is the quality somewhat okay? I'm literally streaming from a different house. Wow, well, there comes everybody. Glad to see you guys in here. Pez, Helicity, Gamer. I know the mic quality is going to be utter garbage, but I tested this out 30 minutes ago, and it should be doable. It should be doable. You guys don't want to see The Office. You don't want to see what it looks like with what I'm streaming with here. It's not a potato, thankfully. I'm not streaming with just a potato. But actually, I don't know if my YouTube's going to be able to work for me. Let's see, TRG Tornado. Oh, please work. Okay, it wasn't working before. I got chat. Let's go. I got chat. Let's go. Glad to see you guys all in here. Is the audio okay? Obviously, it is doable because you guys are able to hear me. I apologize if you hear any background noise. I've got a lot of people over, and I've managed to get myself isolated out here in a single room. So, well, I mean, here you go. Here's a look before the sun sets at a historic hurricane. Unfortunately, I don't have Radar Mega on this computer, so I can't show you like everything on Radar Omega, but I will be able to show you guys, of course, basic stuff. It seems like the Wi-Fi is actually working in my favor here. I've got 4 full bars on the bottom right there. So nothing fancy, literally just me and a carrot, as Caden said. Streaming through a carrot. So here's Milton, and I don't think they've updated it. I guess Twitter gave me some misinformation here. Twitter said the millibar was down to 8.99. Um, they haven't done any urgent advisory just yet, but there's Milton. Current millibar is 905 with a maximum sustained winds of 180 miles per hour, moving up to the east at 10 miles per hour. So a very, very dangerous storm just to the northeast or northwest of the Yucatan Peninsula currently. Here's your cone of uncertainty. You can see that, well, now look, you can see my pin. Normally you guys aren't able to see my pin because I crop it, but I didn't crop it so that way you guys can see the full screen. But you can see your cone of uncertainty. We, of course, have major across the board here, all the way from the Yucatan Peninsula into Florida. I actually, I think I can dive into the intensity. Yes, look at this. So just north of the Yucatan Peninsula here in a couple hours. Oh, um, well, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I didn't know they still had it strengthening all the way until 2 a.m. tonight. They have it getting up to 185. Holy cow, 185 sustained wind speeds. That is just absurd. I mean, this is up here with some of the craziest and pretty much with any hurricane that you can think of. This is up there with it. Thank goodness it's not impacting much land. Unfortunately, it is impacting the northern Yucatan Peninsula, but I don't think they'll take a direct hit from like the eye and the eye wall itself. We're going to go over to tropicaltidbits.com because I can. Thankfully. And if you haven't already, I recommend watching this video. You just go to tropicaltidbits.com. You can watch Dr. Levi's video on this. Absolutely fantastic video. Let's go to Recon, though. And yeah, wow, there it is. That is indeed an 899 millibar. That is pure absurdity right there. I wonder if Lucky knows that. That is absolutely insane. An 899 millibar on drop zone data right there. That is pure insanity. Let's see if we can find, yes, this. Wow. Wow, those flight level wind speeds up to about 167, 168 knots. Your pressure is all the way down to, this is probably showing closer to like 897, 898 for a millibar there. Just an absolutely ridiculous hurricane out here in the Gulf of Mexico. Let's go to your satellite imagery. We're going to go to your high resolution satellite imagery. Not, oh, well, yeah, of this, I guess. I thought this was the wrong one, but apparently it's the right one. Holy crap. Look at that. Look at that eye. Let's see how much I can zoom in. I'm just going to play a loop, pray that my Wi-Fi doesn't disconnect. Hopefully the frames are good on my phone. It looks like everything's good. So I hope it actually is. My goodness. Can you even see the eye? That eye is so small. My goodness. I recorded a short earlier today because I didn't know if I'd be able to have a live weather briefing with you guys, even from just my phone, but I managed to get it working on my computer. It took a few hours, but I got it working. That eye, I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Or shoot, I haven't seen anything like that in the past either. Um, Man, let me try to think. Wilma? Maybe Wilma? Maybe Wilma had an eye wall that small. Maybe that was Wilma. Um, but I mean, gracious day, that is a tiny eye. That is a tiny eye right there. Drop zone data got 165 knot wind speeds at surface level, which means this is up to 190 miles per hour. Holy crap. That is crazy. Yeah, it is. We'll see what the next advisory has at 8 o'clock. I'm going to maybe try to stay live for that. It depends on Wi-Fi. We'll attempt to stay live for that. But yeah, you can see that eye. I can't even draw it out with my makeshift mouse pad here. Right there is your eye on your newest frame. Let me go ahead and pause that right there. So there's your eye and your eye wall. That's where you have 180 mile per hour sustained wind speeds. I just crazy. I mean, just absolutely ridiculous with how small that eye wall is. And of course, as you guys know, with what we've seen in the past, I don't know if we've ever seen something this crazy in a long, long time. It might even be one of the strongest systems we've had in the 2020 century here. I mean, my goodness. Um, that's just crazy. Just look at the mesovortices wrapping in that eye. Like you can see it clear as day. You can see the mesovortices wrapping around on that between the black and the dark gray spots right in here. You can see those mesovortices wrapping around the eye wall, indicating just a really intense, a really intense Category 5 hurricane here. I'm surprised Recon is still flying into this thing. We've got Recon 11 going into it. We've got Recon 10 currently in it. And we have Recon 9 that I believe is somewhere. I don't know where Recon 9 is. Yeah, Recon 8's done, though. So we have Recon 10 that is in it and Recon 11 that is going towards it. Recon 10 is the one that has gathered historic information here on the Mission 10 from your NOAA Recon aircraft. Glad to see you guys all in here. Caden, Catman, Caleb, Indiana, Haley, Helicity, Pez. Glad to see you guys all in here for another stream, as well as everyone else who's watching, may not be chatting. I apologize for the poor quality. Not normally, our normal setup here. Definitely no face cam. I can tell you that. Tamara, welcome to the stream. Tom, Hugo's eye was smaller than that. I didn't track Hugo at all. I don't even know what year that was. But regardless, I mean, this is one of the smallest eyes we've seen in, I mean, years, in a very, very long time. I mean, look at that. You could barely even see the eye. You could barely even see the eye. The eye is really where those the blue colors start. And right above my cursor, you can see some very light blue in there. So, I mean, gracious day. It's barely, a barely a visible eye. You may think, oh, because it's a very small eye and it looks like the eye's about to weaken and close, that means the system's weak. No, the eye is actually so small that it is able to ridiculously rapidly intensify this system, and it's been rapidly intensifying for the last 36 hours, and it's just continuing to rapidly intensify. It's not stopping. It really started intensifying after we ended our live stream, yesterday night. That's when it really, really started to blow up to you know, extreme rapid intensification. I mean, just look at that true color imagery there. And you can see, especially towards the end of this loop, we could actually go back to College of Dew page for a more high definition look at this. I mean, holy crap, y'all. I mean, holy crap, look at that. Just look at that. That's just not something you see nearly ever in the Gulf of Mexico, man. That's just not something we see. Holy cow. Let me go back over here to Recon real quick on my phone. I'm having to use my phone for a few things because I don't have a second monitor. I only have the one screen you guys are looking at. Whew. I also don't have a fan in here, so I'm gonna be boiling up in here. This computer doesn't like it. It doesn't like running any programs. Definitely staying tuned in from Ohio. Yeah, thankfully you're safe from this thing in Ohio, but I mean, yeah, you're watching something you may not even see again in your lifetime out here in the southern Gulf of Mexico. I mean, this system's already broken so many records. Um, it's broken just an absurd amount of records already, and it continues to break records, and it's even breaking records from different basins. It's surpassing systems that we've seen this year. uh, i I don't recall what barrel got to, but I'm pretty dang sure it never got to an 899 millibar. I'm pretty sure it never got that low of a millibar. 200 miles per hour on drop zone. We'll see what the NHC goes at for their 8 o'clock advisory, if they even hold off till 8 o'clock. Sometimes they'll do these intermediate advisories just whenever they get substantial information. Let's talk about impacts to the United States for just a bit. If you didn't watch my short earlier today, here is the storm surge forecast as I called out in yesterday's live stream. We do have an area of not 10 to 12 feet, but rather 10 to 15 foot storm surge being a possibility out here in the Tampa Bay area. That could actually rise up a little bit more. We could be looking at potentially 18-foot storm surge. We'll see what they do with their newer forecast update at 8 and 11 o'clock tonight. But those numbers may actually rise by a couple more feet there in the Tampa Bay area. You're going to be feeling this system all along the western coast of Florida, all the way from the Indian Pass all the way down here to the Florida Keys. Also along South Carolina, you're also going to be seeing some storm surge from this. I know in yesterday's stream, we had people tuning in from this area of Florida. They have introduced that 2 to 4 foot storm surge being a possibility. The reason why I talk about storm surge is because it's one of the most, if not the most impactful thing about a hurricane. Hope you feel better there, Caleb, and thank you for tuning in for a bit. Greatly appreciated. Hope you have a great rest of your night. Let me switch back over to this pin here. So again, that's your storm surge forecast. Here's your rainfall forecast. It does look quite a bit different than what I showed you yesterday. They only have a couple areas that could see up to a foot of rainfall just south of Jacksonville, just north of Orlando, and also the Miami area. A lot of y'all's rain has actually already passed out there in Miami and southeastern Florida. So main area we're really keeping an eye on for rainfall impacts is going to be in that landfall location, pointing up to the north and east inland into Florida. I'm gonna go to your interactive cone here, so that way I can show y'all the forecast path of this. So currently, it is most likely greater than what they. Oh, yeah, most likely greater than what they have here. Look at this, maximum sustained wind speeds of 180 miles per hour and wind gust up to a ridiculous 220 miles per hour with a central millibar of 905. We know that is dropping by the minute as recon is going through the system. So we're going to continue to keep a very close eye on this advisory as they'll issue another one here at 8 o'clock Eastern, which is less than an hour from now. That's going to progress up to the northeast, where we're probably going to see more intensification tonight. This is 12 hours later, so that's what your 2 hour, or not 2 hour, 2 a.m. advisory. Very, very late tonight, technically tomorrow morning, 2 a.m. Eastern time, October 8th, where they have this just barely strengthening by another 5 miles per hour. It's going to be borderline 200 miles per hour, probably at the 2 a.m. advisory. That's when this thing's going to be peaking in intensity. We can go a little bit further down in this cone. You can see they finally start having it weaken tomorrow morning, right about the 2 p.m. afternoon. Actually, this is in the afternoon. The 2 p.m. in the afternoon advisory here for tomorrow weakens by about 10 miles per hour. Next advisory, this is going to be 2 a.m. What? Yeah. 2 a.m. Wednesday morning. They have it getting down to 160, which is still a Cat 5. And then they finally have it weakening down to a Category 4 hurricane here as it's off the coastline, or actually as it's southwest of Tampa, 145, high in Cat 4 there. And then as it's over the Tampa area, over Tampa Bay, they have this still at 125 miles per hour, which is a high-end Category 3 hurricane. Let's see. Hello, Legacy. Glad to see you in here. I don't have my normal setup, so I'm very interesting live stream. Very interesting live stream. Don't even have a thumbnail. I probably could have attempted a thumbnail, but I mean that thumbnail alone would have taken me well over an hour with this setup. So yeah, and then of course we're expecting this to most likely sustain hurricane force wind speeds throughout the entire peninsula of Florida. So hurricane force impacts could actually go all the way up north into South Carolina. So this whole area here, if I zoom out, you guys can see my whole screen. So this whole area here could actually end up seeing hurricane impacts. So that's all the way from, the Mississippi, Jacksonville, Florida, through Orlando, Tampa, possibly as far southwest as like Cape Coral, all the way down towards some other areas I unfortunately don't know out here. I don't have my Radar Omega software, so. But yeah, all the way down to far southwestern Florida. Tropical storm watches do also extend all the way into Charleston. I know we had some viewers from the Charleston area yesterday, as well as in past live streams. So all the way up towards Charleston, South Carolina, inside tropical storm watches as well. We can look at these a little bit better. I know we don't have Radar Omega, but we do have the new experimental cone, thank goodness. So I can zoom in at least a bit for you guys here. So now you can see in the blue and pink, that's where you're under tropical storm warnings and hurricane watches. If you're in the pink, that's where you're under hurricane watches. If you're in the yellow, you're under tropical storm watches. If you're in the red, you are under hurricane warnings. So all preparations in Florida need to be finished, preferably tonight, as impacts will most likely arrive as early as very late tomorrow night. So try to get those preparations done as soon as possible. We haven't confirmed 899. I mean, hurricane hunters do have a drop zone of 899, but I wouldn't technically confirm it until the NHC actually issues that advisory at 899 millibars. Yeah, we're definitely not going to beat Typhoon Tip. I can tell you that. We are not going to beat Typhoon Tip, that's for sure. 876 millibar. I mean, we're definitely getting very, very low for the Gulf of Mexico standards. One of the strongest storms we've seen in years out here in the Gulf. I'm sure you guys already know that. And thank goodness it is going to weaken some before hitting Florida. We're going to have that solid area of weakening. I haven't looked at any models today, so another look here at your true color satellite imagery. Actually, I want to go back to this one because this one's just, man, I mean, it's just wow. That's your true color satellite imagery. It doesn't even look like it has an eye there, but believe me, it definitely does. Here's your infrared satellite. Give it some time to load. Like I said, I'm not running on good Wi-Fi here, so it's a miracle I'm even live streaming right now with the Wi-Fi that I have. I mean, just look at those mesovortices, man. You can see the mesovortices very easily from satellite imagery. It's so easy to see them on especially the southern, western, and eastern eye wall there. But I do want to go ahead and look at some model data now because I haven't taken even the tiniest look at models today whatsoever. I'm sure all of them are probably, oh, this is Kirk. Still making that mistake. Let's go to Milton. So yeah, this one is currently underdoing intensity by just a bit. It's right around the mark of where it is now. And let's see. This is actually your new 18Z model run rendering, and this is your 12Z. Let's go to your 12Z, see what that has. And yeah, still has the weakening there. That's good to see. That's good to see. That's one model run that has the weakening. Let's just go right on over to our HMON, since I don't know if the live stream's going to completely cut out on me or not. HMON also has that dry air, which weakens the system. Let's go over to your HAFSA model run for Milton. That still has dry air becoming a big, big issue Thursday. Actually, this would be Wednesday morning. Go to your HAFSB model run for Milton again. That also has it weakening. So all good news still there. It seems like all of them, all of our hurricane models still have this weakening, which is great news. Hopefully that trend continues. This is your new 18Z model run, by the way, for your HAFSB. That is your 18Z model run, having it weaken rapidly before landfall. Go to the HAFSA. It doesn't go out far enough, but you can still see it has it weakening right as it's southwest of Tampa. Your new HMON model run, see if that goes out pretty far. It does. You see that has it weakening too. So it's really, we're waiting on your HWRF to see if that has tremendous weakening or not. That doesn't go out far enough just yet. Yeah, it won't sustain intensity at this high of intensity for long whatsoever. I mean, I'd be shocked if we wake up to anything greater than 180 miles per hour tomorrow morning. So it should weaken overnight. Its peak is either going to be, it's going to be between 8 p.m. Eastern tonight and 2 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning. I don't want to go to current storms. I want to go to recon, and I want to go to this. So they're about to go back into that eye. We'll see what recon can find inside the eye of this thing again. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying the terrible the terrible audio quality, make sure you hit that like button. It's greatly appreciated. I'm glad to see you guys on in here for another live stream. We'll see about going live tomorrow. It's just going to depend on this. I had a really good window of opportunity to live stream, so I took it. I didn't wait, didn't hesitate, and I just took the opportunity to stream for you guys. No Cat 5 lasts more than 24 hours in general. I don't think that's correct. I'm sure we've had some Category 5s last longer than 24 hours. And this one will probably actually, I bet this one will last longer than 24 hours. Let's go to the NHC forecast for the 5 p.m. advisory. So this thing became a Category 5 at what? I don't exactly remember. Somewhere around 4 p.m. or was it 5 p.m.? It might have been 5 p.m. Eastern. It became a Category 5, and they have it sustaining to a Category 5 all the way till 2 a.m. Eastern on October 9th. It's currently the 7th. So yeah, uh, we're definitely going to see a Category 5 last for 24 plus hours. But thankfully, like I said, it will eventually succumb to dry air and wind shear. It's going to have an eyewall replacement cycle soon. Yeah, that's what I like to hear. I don't think we're going to be able to sustain this look for too much longer. But I mean, holy crap. The fact that it even has this look in the first place is just, I mean, that's just crazy. That's not something you see. That's not something you see. I mean, sometimes not even within a decade you see something like this in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. Actually, I don't know if this has ever been recorded in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. I do indeed see that hurricane hunters found 215 miles per hour sustained just above surface level. So I don't know what that's going to contribute to at surface level, whether that be 200 or not. But we could very easily be looking at one of the strongest hurricanes we have ever seen in the Atlantic and Gulf of Mexico basins. And they did actually, hurricane hunters did confirm a pressure of 899, so that should be put into account on the new advisory. They also confirmed a small eye wall of just 4 nautical miles. That is wild. The largest tornado that is recorded is just barely smaller than that, quite a bit smaller than that. But I mean, you could take 2 of the biggest tornadoes that we've seen in the U.S. and put them in that eye wall. That's how small that eye wall is. It's literally just 4 nautical miles. That's one of the smallest eye walls. That is the smallest eye wall I've ever seen in my just 4 years of tracking weather. I mean, gracious day. That is just crazy. It looks like, I don't know, they could, I'd be pretty surprised if they don't upgrade this to at least 190 miles per hour. Oh, we actually got a radar view of this from the NOAA aircraft. I don't think I can show that, but I'm going to save that for just showing my friends. Let's go to Cyclonic WX, see if we have any mission data from that. Cyclonic WX. Let's go over to recon data. What? That can't be right. Let me go back over to recon data here really quick. Let me go to 10. Okay, I just had to check something really fast. I don't know if we have, there's your 899 millibar right there. I don't think we have radar data from recon 9, or 10. I'm sure we have it from recon maybe 8. Maybe recon 8 has our radar data. I don't exactly know. I don't use this site too often. It's my phone going off. Let's see. Let's go back to recon data. Yeah, the only one that might end up getting it is this one here, which is mission 10. We might be able to get some radar data on this. I'm guessing 195. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if they do 190, 195, 200. I wouldn't be surprised of any of those. Yeah, you can see the drop zone data. 896. Jeez. 896 there for the minimum estimated drop zone pressure. But the actual confirmed was 899. That was the actual confirmed one from our recon aircraft. We'll refresh that. Glad to see you in here, Ben, Jared as well. Some of you guys may have been here for a while in the chat, but I'm not looking at it 24/7 here. Brittany, glad to see you in here. Reaper as well. Paul, Indiana, Andrew, anyone else I may have forgotten. Glad to see you in here. Sorry for the slightly poor quality. All right, let's go back over to our infrared satellite imagery. As that's definitely the most impressive thing about this storm is just the appearance on satellite. I will, Catman. Wait for it to load, man. Give me some time. I've got what? I think it's like 2 megabit Wi-Fi over here, man. It's astonishing the fact that I'm even live. There you go. That's infrared satellite imagery right there. Alan was $8.99. I'm doing good, Legacy. I'm doing good. I'm glad I could be here. I really, really, really wanted to live stream one time. I'm also glad it's not on the phone. Wilma was 882. Yikes. That is crazy. I don't really see anything that's really evident of an eye wall replacement cycle now, but I'm not the best at judging those at all. I mean, that eye wall is getting very, very close, but Recon did say it's still barely open. Let's see. Yeah, this is probably the strongest hurricane we've seen in 18, 19 years. About 18, 19 years. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. So, I don't know if we're going to be able to stay live all the way till 8 o'clock. I'm going to try my best. Just depends. We'll see, though. From the Yucatan radar? Really? Plays, thank you for the $1.35 super chat. Much appreciated. Let me go see if I can see that from this website here. Let's go to radar imagery. I'm gonna wait for it to load. On my end, it has missing data, so I can't see it, but maybe I can look up a different site. I mean, if it is undergoing an eye wall replacement cycle, that should contribute to some weakening, but I'm really curious to see if when it does come through that eye wall replacement cycle, is it going to end up being stronger or not? Because sometimes, if we do get a perfectly timed eye wall replacement cycle, it could actually end up hurting the system. I don't think that will happen with this one, but you never know. You never know. Hopefully it will end up weakening. Paul, thank you for the $5 donation. Greatly appreciated. You guys do not have to donate. I mean, just being here is extremely appreciated. But again, thank you for that $5 donation, and as well as new, thank you for the $135 donation. All right, so like I said, we are getting close to losing our daytime out here, our daylight. It's really close to going into night vision mode here on College Due page. And once that happens, we're going to lose a good chunk of our actual high resolution data. So yeah, I mean, just watch this loop while you still can, because it's going to lower data tremendously. You can see it on the right side, see the sweep coming by, and that's going to lower data a lot. Or lower resolution a lot, I should say. I don't even know when I started the live stream here. I just hit the go live button right when I was able to. About 33 minutes ago? Okay. If it does an eye wall replacement cycle, then it's going to make a run for at least 190, maybe even 195 plus. If it doesn't, you are right. I mean, if it does an eye wall replacement cycle like now, it still has prime, the best environment all the way until um, near like 5 a.m., I believe, tomorrow morning. So it still has a good solid at least 8 hours, maybe even more than that if it can complete that eyewall replacement cycle quickly. But if it doesn't do an eyewall replacement cycle, I mean, it's just going to keep intensifying. It's just going to keep going. I mean, gracious day. Let's do a longer loop here. We're going to do a whole 200 frames. Hopefully it doesn't blow up the Wi-Fi. Let's see here. I mean, gracious day. This was at 2 o'clock. This was at 2 o'clock Eastern, and it had this good of a look to it. Oh my word! I mean, that is just wild. A wild loop there. Seems like when the satellite changed over, they zoomed it in a lot. Put that down to 25, so you guys can see that whole frame there before we end up getting night vision mode on in here. Just look at that wild eye. And it's definitely getting filled in. It is definitely getting filled in. I mean, compared to what it was an hour ago or so, it's definitely starting to get filled in. I don't know exactly what that means. Maybe an eyewall replacement cycle. But I'm not too sure. The other day I was saying the models hitting 180 was ridiculous. Well, yeah, that's because 99.9% of the time a model run that says 899 millibars will never happen. But I mean, this is that 0.1% chance storm that it actually does verify. We'll see what the millibar is at 8 o'clock. That's what I want to stay live for. I want to stay live for them confirming that millibar of 899 because not a lot of storms, not a lot of storms at all in the world will even make it remotely close to the 800 millibar range, sub 900. See if recon is going on into this yet. They are getting really, really close. They're getting very close. We should be able to watch them come through, see the new advisory, and then we'll probably get off of here in the stream. Let's see here. Let me look back at chat. Recon might find below 895. If they get into the eye wall this time, yes. Because, or into the dead center eye. They might. Because I know they barely missed the center of the eye to the south. I believe they barely missed it to the south. So if they can get it directly into the center of that eye before it fully closes, then yeah. Yeah, I think they could find lower than that. Let's go back up here to satellite again. So again, there's your true color imagery provided by College of DuPage. We're going to refresh it. And you can see, I mean, it is just right there. We're about to lose our data, our high resolution data here. It's right there. You could see it. Look how much lower resolution the eastern side of our hurricane is as it goes into night vision mode here. It's pretty slow, Legacy, yeah. It's Wi-Fi, so I can't complain. I'm able to live stream from it, so I'm definitely not complaining. But it's no Wi-Fi like my house. Obviously, I stream for near a living, so I have much better Wi-Fi. That is just shocking right there. Let me quickly go ahead and do this. Give me just a second. Okay, there we go. I'm at a friend's house right now, Indiana. All right, let's go over to long. Whoa. I think the satellite gave up. Look at that. I think the satellite said, yeah, no. I give up on reading this thing. I wouldn't blame it. I wouldn't blame the satellite. It just wants to start ignoring the fact that it's there. Let's go over to Tropical Tidbits, see if it's still there on Tropical Tidbits or not. Honestly, I didn't think this thing was going to get this strong. I mean, once I woke up this morning, I knew for a fact it was going to make a run for Category 5 status, and I knew it was going to get either 155 or 160, but I did not think it was actually going to be able to get to 180. Come on, bad gateway. But on my screen glitching? Maybe. No, I'm getting bad Wi-Fi. Or it could just be because people are. Actually, it might just be Tropical Tidbits might be down actually, because of all the traffic. You know, most of the world is going to be watching this. Pretty much everybody in the U.S. is going to be watching this system, and it does seem like our satellite's going to be down. I mean, it's down on Tropical Tidbits. It's down on College of DuPage as well, at least for infrared satellite imagery. What about true color imagery? Okay, well, true color is still there, so it could just be. Hold on. What if I switch to? Oh shoot. Yep. Just too much traffic on these websites now. Too many people watching this storm live on these sites. You could do it too if you want to. Go to College of DuPage, or Tropical Tidbits or any other website you want to, and watch this system unfold live on these satellite imageries. Maybe that was just one bad frame. Hold on, let's see if it's back. Okay, maybe it was just one bad frame because we do have it back. Ooh, Zoom Earth is good. Dang. I don't have that on this computer bin. Dude, you are dead right. I did not set that up. I have it on my phone, though. I mean, that is just a ridiculous Category 5 hurricane right there. If you're just now tuning in, we're going over a historic Category 5 hurricane, Milton, that is at sustained wind speeds of 180 miles per hour, and the pressure is down to 905. We'll see a new update here in about 20-ish minutes or so, and we're also hoping to get recon. Hopefully recon's going to be able to come through here on Tropical Tidbits. Sometimes that will be down as well. All right, there's recon. Look at that. They're just now going into the eye. Look at the pressure. The pressure dipping. It's not even all the way down yet, and it's already all the way to like 915. That red line there, right where my cursor is. Which means we could probably see the millibars going down on. Let's go down here. Yeah, 916 millibars. It's gonna go lower than that. I can tell you that. It will go lower than 916 as long as they get into the eye, which I honestly can't even see if they're gonna get into the eye or not. It's too hard to tell because the eye's so stinking small. The eye's so small, I can't tell if they're actually going into the eye or not. Yeah, there is definitely a lot of evacuations that have been put out over the last 24 hours. We've had an absurd amount of evacuations go out. I don't know exactly how many. I haven't really kept myself up to date with those, but I know for a fact we're seeing a lot more evacuations being issued. We also have an AOI off the coastline of southeastern Florida right now. I don't think that's going to do anything, but it's there. You know, just because I haven't looked today. Let's go to the GFS model run whilst we are waiting. Come on, you could do it, Tropical Tidbits. You could do it. I know there's probably like 200 plus thousand users using your website at one time. Man, there's a reason why this website's going down. It's because it's the best one in the business. Everyone's using it because it's the best one out there. Well, we may have to settle for a Cyclonic WX again. Still a really good site. I don't think I've ever used, I rarely use the model data on this, but I'm just curious to see. Yep, that's what I thought. GFS still has that hurricane in the Gulf, or in the Caribbean. 252 hours out, it becomes a tropical storm. I can't really get into all my other model runs. Can I look at ensembles? I don't think I can from here. Might as well not bother, honestly. But I just wanted to see if it was still in the GFS, because it was there yesterday afternoon, and then I didn't check the 0Z model run yesterday, or the 00Z today, or the 12Z today, or the 06Z, or the 18Z. I did not keep up with my model run. Oh, well, look at that! Well, look at that! The GFS has a tropical storm forming out of our AOI off of southeastern Florida. It moves past the Bahamas and forms into a tropical storm. Well, look at that. That is not something I expected to see on the GFS. Euro, what do you have to say about this? Let's go to the European model real quick. Dang it! No, come on, man. It's bad Wi-Fi compared with the whole world looking at this website. Alright, let's just stick with Recon. Hopefully Recon can stay up. No! Man. Everybody's off of work and school, so everyone's hopping on Tropical Tidbits to see what's happening. Let me go over here real quick. Okay. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Let me go up here. Okay. Well, the NHC did do an advisory, but I don't see it. Apparently, they did confirm wind speeds sustained at 185 miles per hour, and a pressure is confirmed at 899 millibars. I don't see that advisory anywhere, but apparently it is official for an 899 millibar, 185 mile per hour sustained. Welcome, Matt. Glad to see you back in here. Let's see here. All right, let's go back to Tropical Tidbits. We're waiting on our recon data. We're going to wait for our 8 o'clock advisory from the NHC. And we're going to also see, fingers crossed, European model run. Yeah! Let's see what this has off the coastline of Florida. Oh my goodness. We might actually see a named storm just to the northeast of the Bahamas in 48 hours. Literally tomorrow, potentially tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. We could actually see a tropical storm form off the northeastern side of the Bahamas. That's not the 8 o'clock update, so they could actually go higher than that for the 8 p.m. update, Indiana. I'm waiting to see the millibar pop up here on the European model run. Still not popping up. 1001. I mean, that could definitely be a tropical storm, so we could see a spin-up tropical storm north of the Bahamas here over the next 48 hours or so. If we're lucky, we could see the CMC Model 1. All right, see you later, Legacy. Thank you for tuning in. I probably won't end up being live by the time you get back. All right, there we go. And let's go back down to, yeah, look at the site. It's glitching like crazy. It's lagging out. Like I said, that's what happens when you're the best site in the business. Everybody flocks to your site. Yeah. NHC currently has 185 miles per hour and millibar down to 899. They have that on advisory somewhere, but I didn't see it. But apparently it is confirmed. They probably said it in a special message from Recon or something. Let's see here. Let's go back over to College Due page, refresh this. Let me go back to YouTube chat. Here we go. Mission 11 is entering the eye wall. Yeah, not surprised. Hopefully they get into the eye completely so we can get a perfect drop zone. Oh, yeah. I was going to say, Timmer, there's no way this thing went from an 899 millibar to a 941 millibar in literally 20 minutes. We're not expecting that rapid of weakening. For a second, I thought you were, yes, 130 is Cat 4. But for a second, I thought you were talking about, like, in the actual eye. Man, still just such an impressive satellite loop. I could look at that all night. Man, oh man. Somebody keep a close eye on the NHC for me. Because I'm not going to be able to refresh the NHC like every 2 seconds like I normally do. I don't have another monitor to do that. So I'll delegate that to Catman. Catman, if you're in chat, you got to refresh the NHC for me. All right, let's go back to the NHC, though, see if they did. Okay, they did their AOI update here, and they didn't change anything with that. They didn't do Milton's update just yet. We'll see if they'll end up doing that. They will do it, but we'll just see if they do it early. I imagine they're gonna wait for Recon to pass one more time through, just like that. I see 903 as the lowest. I think this went to 903. I don't know if they went directly into the eye. They might have missed it to the east. They might have missed it again. Yep, and Mission 11 is going to be going into the eye here very soon as well, so they may wait for Mission 11 to get into the eye as well. But I think Mission 10 missed it again. It might have dropped a bit, Timmer, because it may be doing an eye wall replacement cycle, but I have a feeling they just simply missed it to the east. The eye wall was a bit more west, and they went a little too far east. They've missed it twice now. There's no way Mission 11 misses it because they're approaching it from the northwest going to the southeast. Guys, you should take a pic of this. Probably won't see this again. You know what? I don't take that advice. Here. I'll whip out my phone. I'm going to go take a picture of the infrared satellite imagery. Let's see. I'll take a picture of it on like the newest frame. I'm taking your advice, Ben, because we've had past systems that have occurred, and I wanted high-definition satellite, but I couldn't find it anywhere. So I'm going to take your advice on that. I'm going to take a picture of both of these. There you go. And plus, I'm also live streaming that, so boom. They're having the case of the Mondays. Yep, that's for sure. They're having a case of the Mondays. Late on the evening hours of Monday, and they're having to fly through one of the strongest systems we've seen this decade. And the last decade, too. The 2010s and the 2020 decades. Unfortunately, I wouldn't be too surprised if we saw another 899 millibar storm somewhere in the world in the next 6 years, but I highly doubt it's going to be in the South Central Gulf. I don't really see this. I'd be shocked if this happened anytime in the future in the next century. I I mean, I don't even believe this is on record. I don't think we've ever seen in October too. You got to think of the time too. This isn't September. This isn't mid-September. This isn't early September. This isn't even late September. It is October 7th. We have a historic Cat 5 in the south central Gulf of Mexico, just to the northwest, not the northeast, the northwest of the Yucatan Peninsula. I just don't think we're ever going to see something like this again. I don't think we've ever seen it in the past, and I don't think we'll ever see it again. Not something that's in this area of this intensity in October. I mean, this is just competing with other hurricanes, like Katrina. This one's stronger than Katrina. Katrina, I think, got to like, somebody could. Oh, Ben just said it right there. 902 millibar. So this one's stronger than Katrina. I say that because Katrina was in the central Gulf of Mexico. This one's in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. Katrina was in what? Mid-September? I don't actually know exactly where, or when rather. And this one's in early October. It's just not something you see pretty much ever. Something like this is just not something you come by near ever. 892 now? I don't see that at the moment. I'm waiting for this recon to go through, and I'm waiting for this, but this already went through, and I think they found millibar as low as at 903, rounded up to 904. So they probably missed it to the east. Katrina was late August. Wow, August 27th. Wow, I thought Katrina was a September storm. August 27th. And yeah, I guess we're just really paying attention to Mission 11. We're waiting for Mission 11 to finish, and we're waiting for the NHC update, which should be very, very soon. We might have it now. Nope. Let's see here. Okay. Maybe they're waiting for this recon. We'll see. They could very well just be waiting for this recon because they don't want to do the update and then have to release a new update right after it. I don't know if they'll put it down to 899 because it might actually be weakening. Thanks to a potential eyewall replacement cycle. I don't know if it actually is an eyewall replacement cycle or not. I mean, you can still see the little dot right there. I don't know if I can get a pin small enough to not fill in the eye, but right there, yeah, I did. Right there's the eye. That tiny little black dot that's barely even visible. That's your really, really small eye. Gracious day. What does this look like on, what is it? Sandwich. Oh, it broke Sandwich. Look at that. Actually, that might have just been no, because that's the sun setting right there. So it did most likely break Sandwich, and then the sunset. That is crazy. All right, let's go back over here. Nope. This is natural color, which I'm not really a big fan of natural color. That just looks freaky. That just looks freaky. That's just a way to make this system look even scarier, man. Look at that. Oh no. I didn't mean to switch it. Look at that. Dude. I'm glad I'm not streaming this from my phone. I managed to get it to work on the computer, so yeah, glad to have you guys all in here once again for another stream. Hopefully y'all's Monday went well. We're currently waiting on Recon to go through one more time. Then we'll get an NHC update within the next 4 minutes. Oops. And there goes Recon. Let's see. Oh, they didn't even do all the readings here. 902, which would round up to 903. They still went a little too south. Look at that. That's probably not exactly where the center is, but that's still very, very, very close. Let's go to mission 10, see if they missed it. You really can't tell, but it looks like they might have been a little east. Okay. So now we should get the NHC update at any second. We're going to most likely see an extremely high-end Cat 3 or low-end Cat 4 landfall, Paul. And it will probably be very, very late Wednesday night, if not extremely early Thursday morning. NHC updates out. Okay. Let's go see. Let's go over here, see if we got it out on this side. Not yet. I'm going to go over here. NHC, yep, there's the update. Wow. 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 Look at that. That is wild. Holy cow. 897. An 897 millibar. Holy crap. Take a picture, take a screenshot. That is wild. I'm telling y'all, you will never see something like this in this part of the Gulf ever again. You'll never see that again. Unfortunately, it is starting to impact the northwestern Yucatan Peninsula. The good news is it won't, the eye and the eye wall won't hit the Yucatan Peninsula, but you guys could still see some hurricane force wind speeds on the northwest side. Wow. There you go. That is crazy. So we'll just stay live here for a little bit longer, but I don't think we're going to be live for too much longer here. How long are we going on? Because YouTube wants to lie to me here. We're going on just past an hour. Just past an hour. So I appreciate you guys tuning in here. We're going to go a little longer. I don't think did they change much on the, like the products? Let's see. I mean, there's not really going to be much of a way for me to tell here. The biggest thing is storm surge. I don't think they changed that. But it is still 10 to 15 feet. 10 to 15 feet. Oh no, my network's having trouble. Hopefully I can just refresh it. Aha, there you go. Hmon, really? Hmon is 882? When? Like tonight? Hmon, Milton, 502 bad gateway. So, see if we can eventually get that up. I don't know if I'll be live again soon, but I just, like I said, I wanted to take the opportunity to start a stream, see if it worked. It did work. So I'm just extremely happy that I was able to chill with you guys for an hour. A whole hour I got to stay here. So I'm really happy I got to do just a quick 1 hour live stream. Better than nothing, and better than doing it on my phone too. Let's go out here. Alright, so this is the HMON for 11 p.m. tonight, 18Z model run, which just rendered in. Let's see what it shows. 974. What? I think I'm on the wrong day. I'm on the wrong day. Whoops. Wrong model run, wrong day. I was gonna say, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way, man. The H1's not that bad. All that waiting just for us to be showing the wrong model run there. See you later, Paul. I'm assuming you're leaving. I mean, we won't be live for too much longer here. Okay, come on, Tropical Tidbits. I know there's like, I don't know how many people are using Tropical Tidbits. I can't even tell you how many. Oh, there's something. Come on. Let me be the one user who can use it right now. Hurricane models, Hmon, Milton. Dang it! We got so close. I clicked on Kirk, I did. That is something I would definitely have done. Dang it. I'm not going to wait here forever. Tropical Tidbits obviously has just a lot of people on. My phone could load it quicker, so I'm going to see if... my phone can't even load it, so Tropical Tidbits is just simply down. Well, Matt, I'm glad to see you're heeding those evacuation orders. Stay safe out there, and hopefully this system weakens more than what we're even expecting currently at landfall. Right now we're expecting a high-end Cat 3, very low-end Cat 4 for landfall. Please tell me I didn't click on... Yeah, there you go. So H1 has 889 now, which we know that's not true for the moment. But yeah, I mean, you can see there it's still going to give it some opportunity to potentially strengthen or be right around the 880s. So this thing could dip a little bit lower over the next, I mean, all the way till like 2 a.m. tonight. So, yeah, I'm waiting to see when we're approaching an hour and 7 minutes from now, so I'll look back at that at 8:10. Oops, I closed out chat. There we go. Give me just a moment. It takes me a minute to get the chat back up because YouTube doesn't like to work with me on my phone. Do you think this has a chance of becoming the strongest Wilma is currently at 882? No. Nope. But then again, I didn't think this thing would actually get anything close to 165 miles per hour. And as we all know, it's up to 180 now. And the millibar is down to like 897? So 897 LWX-24. It's, I think, near the 5th strongest hurricane in history. And it's by far the strongest hurricane in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. I'd be surprised if we have anything even remotely close. Remotely close. But yeah, what's going on in the EPAC? 9090 Central Pacific, nothing. Okay. Yeah, 897. I know normally I misspeak when I say something like that, but there you go. I mean, it's 897. Let's see if they did change the intensity forecast at all before I end up heading off here soon. It's 8 p.m. Eastern update. 185 still forecasted at 2 a.m. We'll see if that actually happens or if it's stronger. 175 forecasted at 2 p.m. 160, that's still the same. 145, and this should be 125. Yep. So generally all the same. So I'm going to end with this here as the last product to show you guys. That way you know where you are in this colored area. Tropical storm watches extend all the way up to South Carolina in that yellow and go all the way towards near Tallahassee, if not including Tallahassee, and then back down south in that yellow region. Tropical storm warnings are, of course, in place in the blue. That includes, down here in Key West and in northwestern Florida. We have hurricane warnings in the red there and hurricane watches in the pink. And then we also have tropical storm warnings with hurricane watches there in the pink and blue dotted or pink and blue striped lines. So there you go. There's also your cone of uncertainty, so you know the track and the timing of this system. Remember, if you are anywhere in Florida, preparations need to be rushed to completion tonight and early tomorrow morning, and you need to be hunkering down by tomorrow night. Make sure you are hunkering down or evacuated, depending on what your local officials say. Make sure you're following your local officials, as well as the National Hurricane Center, the National Weather Service. You can visit the National Hurricane Center at nhc.noaa.gov. For 3 hourly updates. They update every 3 hours, and once it approaches landfall, very late Wednesday into extremely early Thursday, they will be doing hourly updates, probably even just 2 hours after landfall as well. So, yeah, that's going to be about it for me. We should be near an hour and 15 minutes in. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you leave, and make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Share the channel with family, friends, social media. You can still definitely rewatch this live stream. If you're just tuning in, you can rewatch the live stream. That will help it be pushed out to more people. And yeah, I really appreciate all you guys tuning in. I did a short earlier today. If you want to go watch that, that was uploaded probably about 2 hours ago. And then, of course, our winter forecast is still up from almost 4 days ago. And I appreciate the support on that. So I'm going to switch on over to this because this is what I'm going to have to end on. Hopefully there wasn't too much of an issue with the, as you see where my cursor is here, hopefully there wasn't much of an issue with frame droppage. But yeah, say bye to yourself in chat because you can see chat right there. This is not normally the streaming software I use whatsoever, and I've had the desktop audio muted. I didn't even realize that till now, but I mean, I wasn't trying to let y'all hear anything, so that's not good, not bad. But yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully it wasn't that bad of a live stream. I'm glad I could do it on my computer instead of my phone. That hopefully that increased the quality. I know the mic probably wasn't the best, but it's still better than nothing. But thank you, Catman, for Mon Chat, Legacy, Caleb, and any other mod I missed. Thank you for Mon Chat. Thank you guys just for being here. There will be no outro music because there wasn't any intro music. I'm going to go just 15 seconds over the actual ending time here because of any lag I might have experienced. Pete! Thanks for Mon Chat. Thanks for tuning in. I'm starting to end now, bud. We're just starting to conclude. I didn't really have much time, only an hour, 15 minutes in, but better than nothing. I'm hoping to go live again, maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. Tomorrow's Tuesday, right? Yeah. I'm gonna hope to go live either Tuesday night or Wednesday night. Definitely won't be live for landfall because that's going to be extremely early Thursday morning, probably near 3 a.m. in the morning. And yeah, I don't really want to get up that early. If I was, if I wasn't at my friend's house, I would. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button on the way out. You could go watch the short I uploaded earlier today. I mentioned that again because I know YouTube doesn't notify you about that. And yeah, that's gonna be about it. Infinite OBS loop going on there. Oh yeah, it probably was. Oh man, yeah, that does trip me out, doesn't it? Probably trips you guys out too. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Stay safe. Water. Stay safe. Watch severe weather in the tropics. I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Have a great rest of your night. Goodbye.